I brought all the stuff over, Coach. What's next?
お疲れ。少し休んだら作業を始めるぞ。2人は北側の家屋を修理してくれ。あんたたちは西側の道路を頼む。来る途中、踏むと板がギーギー鳴ってた。道全体を補強する必要がありそうだ。
Alright, I'll start by moving the boxes over.
I'll help you. These things can get pretty heavy.
Nah, I got this. These muscles aren't just for show, you know. You see that? Perfectly defined. I can lift this stuff up with one hand.
Fine, as long as you don't wind up too sore to move tomorrow. I don't want to hear any complaints from you.
Just prepare to be amazed. My back!
初心者は痛い思いをしながら成長してくもんだ。そいつを休ませてやってくれ。あと薬も塗ってやるんだ。怪我を増やさないためにも数日は安静にしておけ。次から無理は禁物だぞ。しっかり治してからまた手伝いに来てくれ。
I knew I should have trained harder.
労働と運動は別物だ。そのうち違いがわかるさ。他に手が空いてるやつはいるか？ムトタ族長のところに支援に行く。イアンさん！旅人にパイモン？あんたたちも来たんだな。
We were just about to ask you the same thing. We didn't expect to run into you in these parts.
ああ、北条の国の被害は大したことなかったから復旧作業もあらかた片付いてな。ただ火翼の集いはひどい。それと来る途中ちょうどうちの部族のキャラバンにあったから連れてきた。こいつらは私の教え子でもあるんだ。あれ？言ってなかったか？プロのトレーナーなんだよ。私、教え子たちの食事やトレーニングの指導を主にしてる。もしスポーツに興味があるなら何でも聞いてくれ。その話は置いといて、私たちが火翼の集いに着いた時、族長に頼み事があるって言われたんだ。人手を集めてきてほしいともな。これから時間あるか？見ての通り、さっきのアクシデントで手が足りないんだ。
Of course, we're also here to help. Let's go see the chief.
助かる。じゃ、早速向かおう。ムトタ族長、来たぞ。
You're here, Iansan. And you must be the traveler in Paimon. I've heard a lot about you. I'm sure we'll have a much better time now with your help.
早速本題に入ろう。後ろにいるのは火翼の集いの戦士たちだよな。みんな一体。
Cold. So cold. Duarte, are you there? I'm drowning, and there's something in the water.
He's on the ground, but it almost looks like he's trying to swim.
The abyss. The abyss is coming. There are eyes in my hands, and hands in my stomach. And my stomach is full of teeth. It ate all of you. It's coming for me too.
But we haven't been eaten. We're right here.
Huh. Monstrous beasts! How did you get in here?
As you can see, their mental state is quite poor. They went missing after the battle. We found them in the wilderness in the days that followed, but the damage had already been done. We found them unconscious in areas corrupted by abyssal tumors, lying next to their deceased comrades. My only guess is that something terrible must have happened during the battle. According to the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind, sudden exposure to a large amount of abyssal power can have mental as well as physical repercussions. We've never seen the effects this heightened before, but maybe Gasoithoth was just too powerful.
Gasoithoth? What's that?
It's the abyssal monster that appeared in the sky not too long ago. After consulting our ancient legends, we decided to call it Gasoithoth, Reaper of the Abyss.
Oh, that giant black ball? Didn't we force it to retreat, though?
True, it poses no threat to us now, but whatever wound it inflicted on these warriors still endures. We scoured all sorts of records for a solution, but nothing came of it. There was some mention of a treatment from several hundred years ago, but that knowledge is long gone.
Right! You can purify abyssal power! Might as well give it a try! It didn't work?
That must mean purifying the abyssal power within them still isn't enough. In any case, thank you for trying.
So, what can we do now? Don't tell me my friend is just gonna be like this forever?
Come back to me, Gogeta! Please, don't leave me like this!
We beat Gasoithoth! They survived the battle! Are we really just gonna sit back and watch them lose their minds?
もちろんこのまま見てるつもりはないぞ。
What is it, Iansan?
一つずつ解決してこう。まず戦士たちをここから出してやるんだ。こんなところに詰め込まれてたらこいつらにとって居心地のいい場所に行ってもらう。そしたら私と旅人パイモンで話してみる。
But,
Are you sure about this?
不安があるのもわかる。でも現状他にいい案もないだろ。うまくいくかいかないかはやってみないとわからないぞ。ほら、ぼーっとしてないで道を開けてこいつらを自由にしてやるんだ。付き添いは必要だけどあんまり近づかないこと。じゃあ私たちもそろそろ出発するぞ。さっき言った通りあいつらと1対1で話してみるんだ。あんま楽観視できる状況じゃないけどきっと治る。これまでだって何度も困難を乗り越えてきたんだし今回もなんとかなるさ。よし行こうぜ。いたいた。私の声は聞こえるか？
So dark. So cold. I wanna go home.
わかった。すぐ連れて帰るから少し待ってろ。北条の国から持ってきた支援物資の中に薪があったはず。火を起こしたら何か変わるかもしれない。は？暗くて濡れてて寒い時は火を囲むのが一番だろ。体が温まればこいつの見てる世界にも変化が起きるかもしれない。薪を取ってくるからここでちょっと待っててくれ。
Light. Underwater. Where is it coming from?
It's working!
Is someone there? Please save me. No. No, wait. You have to leave this place. The water's too deep. You won't make it.
心配すんな。流星の衆の友達を連れてきてる。こいつらの泳ぎはあんたもよく知ってるだろ。大丈夫。すぐ助けに行くから。
No. Please. Just leave me. Duarte.
Oh no! It's not working anymore!
焚き火だけじゃ足りないみたいだな。さっきもドゥアルテって名前を呼んでたし何かいいヒントになるかもしれん。
My friend. Is he any better?
いろいろ試してるところだ。一つ聞きたいんだけど、ドゥアルテって名前を聞いたことあるか？
Duarte? Oh yeah, I remember. Duarte was the name of Otoko's Surian companion. Otoko almost drowned as a child, and Duarte was the one who saved him. He dove deep into the water and used all his strength to carry Otoko back to the surface. It was pretty touch and go, but both of them made it in the end.
そうなのか。じゃあ、もしその子を連れてけば。
Well, you see, Duarte died 4 years ago during an Abyss invasion. He was helping evacuate injured warriors from the front lines, but fell to an ambush.
Wait, what do you mean?
You're right. Duarte didn't have many distinguishing features. I don't think he ever stood out next to the others.
その顔、何か思いついたみたいだな。じゃあ、行動開始だ。いろいろ教えてくれてありがとな。なんとかして、あんたの友達を助けてみせるぞ。
No problem. Thank you for looking out for him.
We're back! How are you feeling?
Duarte? How did you get here? Are you here to save me?
It's working!
しー。次はどうする？
That hurt. Duarte, you have to get out of here. There's something in the water. You sense it, don't you? This place is dangerous. Still. Hearing you make that noise reminds me of our first few battles together. You were such a little thing back then. And I also had no idea what I was doing. You're gonna carry me out of here just like last time. Over a decade later and you're still trying to save me. I can't believe you made it this deep underwater, but I'm so glad you found me. Once we're out of here, let's split a huge portion of blazed meat stew, just like old times. I owe you for this. We're almost at the surface. People tried to tell me you were dead, you know. As if I'd let that happen. I promised to protect you. There's no way. No way. No. Wait. I failed.
まずい。疑い始めてるぞ。
Duarte? Wait. You're not Duarte. How did I get here? Who are you people?
Toko!
He's Kaylee. What's going on? All I remember is the battle against the Abyss and then I was drowning. And a Saurian that looked like Duarte saved me. How did I get here? You went through all that for me? While all I did was cause trouble for everyone? I'm so sorry.
あんたのせいじゃないさ。私が言うのも違うかもしれないけど、あんま自分を責めないでいいと思うぞ。今回のことも、ドゥアルテのこともな。
Thank you. I appreciate that.
じゃあ、ゆっくり休んどけ。彼のことは頼んだぞ。
You really are wonderful, you know.
It's coming for me. It's gonna eat me.
グーシートースは倒した。怖がる必要なんてない。あんたを傷つける者はもういないんだ。
It's no use. It'll just come back. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop the abyss. It will devour everyone. One day, we'll all be reunited in the pit of its stomach.
Maybe it's just Paimon, but she seems to be in even worse shape than Atoko. She can talk to us, but nothing she says makes any sense. She also seems really afraid.
怯えてる。ああ、そうだな。アビスとの戦いで生まれた恐怖か。それともアトコみたいに心の奥底にあった恐怖がアビスによって膨れ上がったのか。さっきと同じように彼女の過去のことをこの辺りで聞いてみよう。
Iansan, I heard you cured Atoko? I'm so relieved. Is there anything I can do to help? If you need extra hands, I can...
ムトタ族長。
I think you're onto something. The mental distress does seem to be connected to pre-existing fears and anxieties. Kochita doesn't like it when people talk about her past. But the situation is urgent. So, I guess I'll be the bad guy. Iansan, do you believe there are people in this world destined for battle?
いるだろうな。教え子の指導をしてるとき、このスポーツをするために生まれてきた人だって感じることがたまにあるし。
Then, what about people destined to be unfit for battle?
どういう意味だ、それ。
When Kochita was little, her parents died fighting the abyss. She was only 11 or 12 at the time, and her brother, even younger still. The two saw their parents collapse in a pool of blood as flames roared and spread all around them. Kochita trained hard to become a warrior, but still found fighting abyss monsters too difficult to handle. She and her brother were left with severe trauma after the incident. Pain and fear that they could not get over no matter what.
But isn't Kochita one of the warriors who fought the abyss? Didn't you find her unconscious out on the field?
Yes, we did. You see, something changed within her several years ago when the abyss attacked our tribe and broke into her home. By the time the guards rushed to the scene, they found her standing there, weapon outstretched, hands trembling. Her brother huddling behind her for safety, and the abyss monster dead at her feet. She didn't even look at it, and just kept repeating the same thing over and over. You're the only family I have left. I won't let anything happen to you. She became a completely different person after that. She earned a reputation as a very capable warrior, and fought countless battles against the abyss. We all thought she overcame the trauma, and we were so happy for her. But now it seems like even if she buried it deep within herself, the fear still never left her.
アビスへの恐怖に打ち勝てなければ、また家族を失う苦痛を味わうことになる。そう思ったんだろう。家族を失う恐怖がアビスの恐怖を上回り、彼女を強くしたように見せた。けど子供の頃に経験したその夜のことを、彼女は一度たりとも忘れてなかったんだな。そして今回、ずっと抑え込んできた感情がアビスによってあらわになったと。
How can we help her?
こりゃ難題だな。何かしらのきっかけがないと。
Quali?
Quali, what are you doing with that weapon?
Show me the monster that hurt you! I'll make it pay! I'm going to protect you this time!
Calm down, Quali. That monster is already...
I can do it! I don't care what it takes! I just want her to get better. She's the only family I have left.
Family?
ムトタ族長、待った。コチッタが反応したぞ。
If Quali goes to battle, the abyss will devour him. I can't let that happen. I have to do something. But it's useless. No one can beat the abyss. It's a death sentence. Just like what happened to Mom and Dad. But I'm no warrior. I'm just a coward. Still, I have to protect Quali. What should I do?
Gogeta.
Fight it? One more time?
なるほど。戦う意志は取り戻したけど、心に根付いたアビスへの恐怖が邪魔してくるってことは、もう一度自分の手でアビスの魔物を倒せば、アビスなんてそこまで強くないってことに気づくはずだ。私たちがいれば、怪我をしないよう見守ってやれるし、試す価値はあると思う。けど、アビスの魔物はどこに？
Try checking the mountains to the north. A few fled in that direction after the battle. I dispatched a team to clear them out, so most of them should be gone. But there might still be a few stragglers.
よし、早速行ってみよう。こちった、歩けそうか？
There's no turning back. I have to face it, even if it will devour me whole.
I'm coming too! I'm not letting my sister face this alone! Not anymore!
わかった。しっかりついてくるんだぞ。さあ、出発だ。見つけた。こいつらにしよう。大丈夫か？こちった。無理するなよ。安心させるために、まずは私たちで魔物をボコボコにするか。あ、いや、あんまいい方法じゃないな。近くで見守りながら、必要な時だけ手を貸すか。
You were the ones who killed them! As a kid, I thought my parents were invincible. They were always so strong and gentle. They seemed like the most powerful people in the world. But I can still see the image of them collapsed at my feet that night. The raging fire, the smoke, the smell of blood, the sound of my brother's cries. It's all burned into my brain. They told me to run, and I could see the fear in their eyes. I've been running from my fears ever since. But why didn't my parents run? It must have been because...
You can do it!
Because of our family. When you have someone to protect, there's no backing down. No matter what. Stay away from my brother! Help her out! I can do this. I have to do this. Bring it. Go away! Where are the rest? Where are they hiding?
ああ、さっきは見事な一撃だったぞ。魔物たちがポコスカ吹き飛んでた。
That's impossible. They were gigantic beasts crawling with eyes, ready to devour everything in sight. No. Wait. What am I saying? Abyss monsters are not actually that scary. I've defeated them before. I know I have.
She's back to normal!
Gogeta!
What just happened? That is quite embarrassing. Sorry about that. I've always envied warriors who don't get scared or feel lost. It really felt like I was getting stronger over the years. But in the end, maybe I never made any progress at all.
無理をしすぎるのは逆効果だぞ。休まずにトレーニングしたら体が壊れるの。それにこれからは一人で背負う必要もない。
Even though we're both scared of monsters, you were always the one who stepped up to protect me. But not anymore. I'm going to get stronger. From now on, we're in this together.
Is that so? Then I'll look forward to the day when you'll be all big and formidable. I finally feel like myself again. I couldn't have done it without you all. Thank you for everything. I think I'll rest here for a bit. I don't think I can make it back to the tribe just yet.
I'll I'll keep you company.
ああ、周りを観察したところ、他に危険はなさそうだった。私たちは先に戻ってるな。ゆっくり休んでくれ。日は沈んだらまた昇る。明日は必ずやってくるんだ。心の奥底に恐怖があっても、前を向いて進んでれば、きっと明るい未来を迎えられる。
I'll fight by your side until every last monster is gone.
That's very brave of you. But you know what would make me even happier? If this whole war would end tomorrow, so you would never have to fight at all.
Atoko's all better. Did you hear?
Really?
Yes, really. It's all thanks to the Traveler and Iansan.
I see. I was wondering why the Traveler was chosen to accompany the Pyro Archon in the final battle. But I guess she really can do the impossible. So all those rumors about the Traveler really are true.
Kochita's getting better too.
二人目も無事元に戻すことができたな。さすがは国をまたいで活躍する旅人。どんな問題でも解決策を見つけるなんてほんと頼もしい限りだぜ。それにあんたは周りの人に希望をもたらしてくれる。旅人があなたに来てから勝利への現実味が増してきた気がするんだ。
Yeah, honestly, Paimon was at a complete loss when she saw so many sick people on the hot air balloon platform. We only found a solution this time because you kept your cool and took control of the situation. You deserve most of the credit.
ありがたく受け取っとくぞ。その褒め言葉。何事も最初の一歩は難しいってよく言うけど、その一歩が難しいのは複雑に考えすぎてなかなか足を踏み出せないってだけなんだ。無理に決まってるとか、やっぱやめとこうとかよく耳にするだろ。でも目標を細かく分割すれば最初の一歩だってそれほど難しくないことに気づく。むしろこんなに簡単だったんだって思うことすらある。
Whoa, you're right. That makes a lot of sense.
だろ？例えばパイモンがさ、ダイエットのために肉を断ってグリーンスムージーだけをたくさん飲めって言われたらどう思う？お肉が食べられない上に苦いグリーンスムージーを1日3食何ヶ月も飲まなきゃいけないのかってきっとそう思うだろ？でも最初のうちはブレイズミートシチューの肉を2切れ減らして代わりにグリーンスムージーで栄養を補うことから始めればいい。いきなり苦行をする必要なんてないのさ。
That sounds like something Paimon could do, but would that really change anything?
継続は力なりって言うだろ。一朝一夕で成し遂げられることなんてない。一歩一歩の積み重ねが大事だ。知ってるか？私のコメには力って意味があるんだ。名前からして普通は背が高くて筋肉ムキムキの選手を想像しがちだけど、私はみんなが期待するような体格にはなれなかった。そのせいで疑いや失望の声もたくさん耳にしてきたぜ。たくましい選手からしたらなんで私がコメを受け継いだのか甚だ疑問だったろうしな。最初は私も戸惑ったよ。でも力の本質は問題を解決することにあるって気づいたんだ。屈強な体も強靭な精神もその手段の一つであって結果じゃない。だから壁にぶつかったら問題をいくつかのステップに分けるようにしてるんだ。不可能そうに見えてもまずは行動してみる。失敗したっていい。だって世の中順風満帆に行くことばかりじゃないからな。ちょっとした経験則さ。役に立ってくれたら私も嬉しい。
Oh, well, when you put it that way, Paimon's almost encouraged to start drinking kale juice tomorrow. No, today. Paimon will start today. You're amazing, Iansan. You really make Paimon feel like she can do the impossible. Maybe your true strength is giving other people strength.
大げさだってそんな凄技できるわけないだろ。あんたたちに絶望を乗り越える力が備わってるからだと思うぞ。各国を旅してきて遭遇した困難の数はきっと私の比じゃないはずだ。でも2人は足を止めなかった。それが証さ。私も見習わないと。ってことでこれからもよろしくな。
Iansan, bad news! Okoland is out of control!
落ち着け、すぐ行く。雑談している場合じゃなさそうだ。急いで向かおう。あともうひと踏ん張りだ。
What are you doing, Okoland? Wake up!
Don't you recognize us, my boy?
The Abyss monsters are everywhere. Everywhere. They've taken over the tribe. No corner is safe. Did we lose the battle? No. It's pointless to think about that now. A warrior only has one job. Fight until the very end.
Careful! He's not himself!
Okoland!
下がれ。話しかけても聞く耳を持ってくれないようだ。とりあえず抑えるぞ。手を貸してくれ。
So, he thinks we're Abyss monsters? Hey, it's okay! We're not the bad guys!
Come on! Give me your worst! Wretched Abyss! Get out of my tribe! Mom, Dad, Archon, this is my final battle!
Please, son, you've got to stop. You can't keep going like this.
Wretched monsters! Give me my family back!
Look, Okoland! That's your father! He's standing right in front of you!
Get out of my home! I'll never forgive you!
Are you alright, sir?
I'm fine. Please, don't hurt my son. He's just trying to protect his home.
心配すんな。私たちが何とかする。
But what should we do now? He's different from the other two. It's like he can't hear us at all. He keeps calling us monsters. We're basically enemies to him now.
Okoland.
強い闘争心に支配されてるみたいだ。でもこのまま放置しとくわけにもいかないし、何か方法は。
Abyssal corrosion syndrome. 500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Huh? That voice! It's...
Direct contact with high concentrations of abyssal power causes irreversible mental trauma in most people. The exact presentation will vary according to trauma level. Some will suffer from superficial hallucinations and maintain the capacity to perceive the outside world. In such cases, verbal and physical interaction can be used to break through the hallucination. However, there are also those who are so far gone, entrenched in hallucinations so deep, that medical intervention is the only option. That's why we developed the Drought of Lucidity.
The draft of lucidity?
It's a kind of medicine that can dispel the psychological impact of the Abyss. The treatment comes with severe side effects, including chronic migraines for the rest of the patient's life. So, it's reserved for the worst cases. This man is a devoted warrior, one not easily swayed from battle. That is precisely why it's so difficult to pull him out of this hallucination. If you trust me to be true to my word, give him this.
Wretched monsters! Setting up an ambush! Give me your worst! It's either your end or mine!
Hurry! He's awake!
Please, give him the draft. My son thinks he's alone in this world. In his mind, all his family and comrades are gone, and only enemies remain. There's nothing more painful for a warrior than losing everything you fought so hard to protect.
Monsters! What's going on? Dad? What are you doing here? My head hurts. I just had the strangest dream. I dreamt the Abyss took over the tribe.
It's all right, my boy. It was just a nightmare. Let's go home. You need a good night's sleep. But first, I want to thank you for saving my son. May I ask your name?
Just Capitano is fine.
I owe you more than words can say, Mr. Capitano. My name is Mune. You're welcome in my home anytime. Time to go, son. Can you stand?
家までおぶってやるよ。旅人、また後でな。
Thank goodness everything turned out all right.
Think nothing of it. I agreed to offer you my aid, so this is merely a part of that duty. Besides, I care deeply about this land.
Right! When we were with Moika, you told us you and your soldiers defended Natlan against the Abyss 500 years ago.
That's right. My desire to protect this nation remains unchanged. When my platoon arrived in Natlan 500 years ago, like you, we were true outlanders. But as time passed, I encountered the people of this land and witnessed their desperate struggle against the Abyss. Though many of the warriors were rash and inexperienced, they were steadfast and fearless in battle, willing to do anything to protect their fellow citizens, oftentimes with complete disregard for their own survival. Just as I fought for the glory of Conria, they fought for the survival of their nation. We happened to share a common enemy, so I decided to offer my aid. We fought side by side to the very end. I traveled to many places after that, but I never forgot this land. Even now, my work in Natlan remains unfinished. It may seem difficult to understand, but the reason is really quite simple. That name carries with it the glory of my homeland and the honor of Natlan. Yet, I failed to bring my soldiers home. And I failed to help Natlan defeat the Abyss.
But that's not your fault. The Abyss is way stronger than any of us imagined.
You need not comfort me. I am no longer who I once was. Let the events of the past continue to collect dust in the annals of history. I will continue to help Natlan in my own way.
Like, with the draft of lucidity? Who knew you could make medicine? Were you a doctor before?
The drought was Guthred's invention. He was a respected military doctor, as well as my trusted second-in-command. We faced a similar situation to what you witnessed today. The endless battles against the Abyss triggered delusions among the soldiers, to the point where some attempted to kill each other. In order to develop a treatment as fast as possible, Guthred used himself as a test subject. He passed away shortly after the drought was complete. That's who he was. Unrelenting in his pursuits. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. In the end, he even gave himself up for a chance at success. I'm sure he would be pleased his creation aids people, even now. The Abyss has wrought enough suffering on this land. I sincerely hope this war will end soon.
Stop worrying about other people's survival, about their losses and sacrifices. You just need to win. That must be why I've returned. For this moment. Please finish what you set out to do, Commander.
You're more perceptive than I imagined. However, some things are better kept secret for now. We may be working together, but our goals are not entirely aligned.
What's with the secrets all of a sudden? Paimon's starting to think we should be more careful around you.
I do not mean to jeopardize the trust between us. I simply prefer to keep this to myself, because it's a personal matter. All I can tell you is this. Natlan may have survived the worst of the crisis, but the souls of this land are still not at peace. And that is why my work is not yet done.
Well, if it's personal, then we'll just have to trust you.
If you have other questions, I'm willing to answer them.
Wait, like anything? Paimon wants to know how you eat with the mask. Anything you want to ask, Traveler?
Natlan must pay the price for Mawika's use of the Ruler of Death's power. That price is death. And only Mawika's death can clear the debt. Even now that the war's over and the threat to Natlan is gone, it looks like that death is still set in stone.
In the garden cultivated by the gods, flowers and weeds grow side by side. When the weeds compete for nutrients in the soil, the gardener intervenes to inhibit their growth. I'm not one to pass judgment based on my own standard of right and wrong. But it is an undeniable fact that she is responsible for my suffering, as well as that of my people. If that explanation is too difficult to understand, allow me to show you exactly what I mean. The ruler of death can freely define the form of death, or grant immortality to anyone she desires. Her power is a rule in and of itself. Faced with such an overwhelming level of power, it can feel hopeless to resist. But I am of the belief that, in this world, no destiny is unchangeable, no death inevitable, and no rule unbreakable. So, before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
おーい旅人パイモンおっと悪い邪魔しちゃったかおことらんを送った後辺りを見て回ってたらかがり木の民の伝達師に会ってなあんたたちを探してたぞ
Oh, did something happen?
米作りが次のステップに入ったらしいシロネンが清少の旅寄りつまり前回あんたたちに渡した収集装置の進捗をチェックしたいんだってさ私含めて何人かに声をかけてるみたいだ後で一緒に聖火競技場に向かおう
This is a critical time for you, traveler. It's best not to delay, so let us end our conversation for now. Best of luck to you all. Goodbye.
本当に謎だよなあの人でも初めて会った時の威圧感はあんまり感じなくなった私たちを仲間だって思うようになったのかなさあ聖火競技場に行こうシロネンたちをあまり待たせるのも悪いしな
So in the end, the captain still hasn't told us his real goal. He kind of reminds Paimon of someone we met recently. Oh, right, the Lord of the Night! They just seem so tired, you know? Since they've both been alive for many centuries, do you think that's just what happens when you've been alive for too long?
こいつのことは気にするな。俺らもさっき来たとこだ。
Kinich, Kachina, Mualani? Whoa, everyone's here!
Reunited at last. Did you miss us? I brought candy and cookies to share.
Of course we missed you! Ooh, you brought Source Crackers too? Score!
Ah, just in time, Traveler. It's so stifling in here. I was just about to go outside to get some air.
It's the same temperature outside. Anyway, how was the trip here?
To be honest, I also didn't expect this many people to show up. A third of this amount is more than enough for my plan. I need to ask them about you, gather their thoughts and hopes. That will help the formation of your ancient name. Oh, you brought the Pilgrim's Chronicle, right? Yeah, let me take a look. Okay. The progress looks good. We have enough people, so let's get started.
Sorry I'm late.
Shaska showing up late for something? That's a first.
I had to follow a group of monsters further than expected. When I got back, I heard about what you did for my tribe. Thank you. 私にはお礼なんかいいからな。あんたが手を貸してくれてなかったら、北条の国の被害はもっとひどかったはずだ。それにうちの集落は人手が足りてたし、手伝いに行くのは当然だろ。
Okay, let's save the pleasantries for later. Everyone's here, so let's get started. All right, let me remind everyone what's going to happen. I need each of you to stand before the Pilgrim's Chronicle and share your stories about the Traveler. Your words will be recorded and become a part of the Traveler's ancient name. Any, questions?
Nope.
All right, then, to start things off...
Hold on. Remember what we discussed?
Oh, right, I almost forgot. Traveler, Paimon, you, can't be here for this part.
Huh? But why? We want to hear what everyone has to say.
I need people's true thoughts and feelings. It's best if the subject in question isn't involved. It's much more difficult to express those feelings to someone's face. People get shy in those situations. It's just how it is.
You're right. Just like when Paimon doesn't have enough more to pay for her meal, but she's too embarrassed to tell the Traveler, so she has to make up some excuse. So basically, you want us to leave the Pilgrim's Chronicle here and wait nearby?
Oh, don't worry. This shouldn't take long.
Everything Shilonen said made sense, but did you see St. Lolly's reaction back there? She was definitely the one who decided we should leave. But staying out here is just making Paimon even more curious about what everyone's gonna say. Anyway, you're gonna have an ancient name soon. Ooh, that's so exciting! Feels like we've been in Natland for quite a while already, doesn't it? You're right! If only Paimon could say a few things about you in there.
Well, looks like you're about to have that chance.
Shilonen, is everything all set?
Almost. We're just missing one last thing. You've been by the Traveler's side the longest, Paimon. We need to hear what you have to say.
But Paimon's not from Natland.
Oh, it doesn't matter. As a Traveler's companion, your contributions are extremely important. You're the perfect person to finish the story. Sorry, Traveler. I just need to borrow Paimon for a second. It should be quick. Paimon gave us a lot, and I mean a lot of information. I'm not even sure the Lord of the Night managed to get all of it.
Well, we've been to 6 nations already.
Here, you can have the Pilgrim's Chronicle back. I'll need it when I forge the name, but you can continue your adventures in the meantime. And when the time comes, I will forge you an ancient name unlike anything that's come before, so that you, Mawika, and Natlin as a whole can finally put an end to this endless war.